The unification of Egypt was not just a political move. It created one of the world's greatest civilizations and set the stage for millennia of history. The story of Egypt's unification starts around 3100 BCE, when two separate kingdoms existed along the Nile River. Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north. For centuries, these two lands operated independently, each with its own rulers, cultures, and gods. But the Nile's life-giving waters connected them in ways that would eventually lead to a revolutionary transformation. The man credited with this unification is known as Narmer, often identified with the legendary King Menes. His rise to power marks the beginning of Egypt's first dynasty and the dawn of the early dynastic period. But how did Narmer achieve what no one before him could? The answer lies in a combination of military strategy, political savvy, and religious symbolism. Archaeological finds, including the famous Narmer Palette, reveal that Narmer led successful military campaigns to conquer Lower Egypt while already ruling Upper Egypt. But conquest alone wasn't enough. Unifying two distinct regions required creating a new identity that both peoples could accept. Narmer achieved this through powerful symbolism. The Narmer Palette depicts him wearing the crowns of both Upper and Lower Egypt, signaling his role as a ruler of the whole Nile Valley. This crown symbolism was more than mere imagery. It signified the merging of two cultures and the centralization of power. Narmer established the capital at Memphis, strategically located near the border between Upper and Lower Egypt, making it easier to govern and administer this newly unified kingdom. Religious ideas also played a crucial role. Pharaohs were seen as divine or semi-divine figures, linking the human world with the gods. By positioning himself as the intermediary charged with maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order, Narmer legitimized his rule beyond mere political conquest. This fusion of religion, politics, and military might lay the foundation for the pharaonic state that would endure for over 3,000 years. Unification had profound implications. It allowed for large-scale projects like irrigation and monumental architecture, which required centralized planning and labor. The stability of a unified kingdom also encouraged trade and cultural exchange along the Nile and beyond, fueling Egypt's prosperity. The administrative system grew more complex, with officials overseeing regions and resources. Writing developed rapidly during this time as a tool for record-keeping, particularly in relation to state control of agriculture and religion. Hieroglyphs became a symbol of power and intelligence tightly linked to the state religion. Narmer's unification was not just about joining two lands. It was about creating an ancient superpower with a distinctive culture that would influence the Mediterranean and Near East for centuries. It sparked an era of artistic innovation, scientific observation, and religious development that remains a cornerstone of human history. Understanding this moment shines light on how early leaders built lasting civilizations by integrating military force with cultural and religious leadership. The legacy of Egypt's first pharaoh echoes in the monuments, tombs, and texts that continue to captivate and inform modern scholarship. In essence, the unification of Egypt under Narmer set in motion the rise of the pharaohs, a political and spiritual institution that defined ancient Egypt and shaped the course of civilization itself.